Hello, this is Wicked the Alien, and this is
Gwen the Ducky, and welcome to another episode of the Ducky Alien Files. And tonight we're going to be discussing the case of the Japanese vending machine murders.
Yep.
Just earlier this afternoon, I watched Coffee House Crimes video on this subject. The video was originally uploaded on November 17th, 2022, but it is still worth sourcing as
Yes, it is.
always, Adrian Stewart does a great job at covering those cases, which is
Yes, he
why
does.
I derived the notes from the video for the sake of this video via the source.
Yep. And excuse me, I just have to do this, and then I can discuss what the side effects of this crap is that killed everyone.
Okay.
All right, you start.
Right. So the murder took place in Japan in
All over
1985.
Japan. All over Japan, a few years after the Tylenol murders.
Yeah, but the first case started off in Fukuyama.
Fukuyama, yep. I think I may have heard of that place before the video that was.
Oh, yes, I'm pretty sure that we all have at some point, but never in this context, I believe. Never.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay, so Fukuyama.
there were 12 casualties. 35 were seriously ill. I'm gonna assume
Uh,
that they survived the poisoning, but I wouldn't be surprised of any long-term ramifications.
yes, I would be. I wouldn't be surprised
It is a
about.
potent poison, for real. So here's a fun fact. Vending machines were everywhere in Japan, even outside personal residences.
Yep, I heard that they're called convenies. I think they called them that.
Yeah, that's exactly about right. They're called kobinis, also known as convenience stores.
Yes, instead of having to go, let's say in my town, I have to go to Pretty Goods. You just have to walk out your damn door, which is pretty more convenient than going to a store, I must add. But
Makes perfect
that
sense. Yeah.
that one Konoyaro, which is Japanese for asshole,
Oh,
ruined it, I believe.
that sucks, really. That really
Yeah.
does. Oh,
Yep.
but at least he didn't poison you with Paraquat.
Oh, I'd be a mad old ghost.
You're gonna be haunting him from the grave for sure. I know you all too well, girl.
Yep. Anyways, so tell your side of the video.
Yeah, so most countries that I know of, including the US, which I'm from, have it either
Yeah.
on school grounds or shopping centers. Of course, shopping centers include malls. How I know they have it on school grounds is I would see vending machines at my high
Me
school. Yeah.
too.
Yeah, the vending machines would be near the gym class. The gym class
Yes.
was located against the dance class.
You
of
had
my
dance
high
class
school.
in your school? Cool.
Yeah, I was in dance class during my sophomore year.
Interesting. And you
Yeah,
saw
well,
vending machines around that area.
that's just about right. As far as I know of, it was only near the gym class that I knew of.
Hmm.
That's how I remember it anyway. So yeah, they do
Mine
have,
was near the cafeteria because, well, you needed a drink to eat.
yeah. Oh, they might have had the vending machines in the cafeteria in my school, come to think of it, but it's been over a decade, so I've since forgotten. But yeah,
Yeah, I probably forgot. Still trying to think, where do they put the damn things in my school? So, yeah, there was one near the cafeteria and the guidance counselors where my school was.
okay, cool.
Hmm. So, but here you see them in public places. You don't see them at everyone's damn house.
Nope,
No
which
offense
I
to
find
the people
surprising.
there.
Yeah, I find it
Yeah,
surprising that they would have a vending machine available near a private residence. So, wow.
yeah, that is strange.
I was today years old when I found that out.
Hmm?
Legit. I did not know about that fact until I watched Coffee House Crime Video.
Me neither.
We are both shook right now. Absolutely shook.
Yeah,
Get this. Vending machines have been commercially available since the 1950s, but according to
really.
Adrian, it soared to popularity in Japan in the 1980s, which, believe it or not,
Yep.
is right around the time of the murders.
1980s. Yep. I remember that. They said it was the 1980s.
You were absolutely right. And get this, the Kobini was all the rage around that time. It was very mainstream, very popular. Practically
Yep.
every Japanese people out there relied on it to, get their food
Get
and their drinks and whatever
hydrated.
essentials. Yeah, get hydrated. Many,
Oh, man. Yep.
yeah. And here, get this, many people trusted fully what was in their contents. Unfortunately, though, not
Yes,
for
they did.
long. And this is because a truck driver from the region of Fukuyama, like we discussed earlier, was admitted to the hospital for what is described by Adrian as being under worrying circumstances.
Yep.
And
Distressing circumstances.
now what were the circumstances, you may ask? Well,
Yeah.
the truck driver had no idea what caused his illness, and that all he
Oh,
remembered
that
was
would.
that he started work and throughout the day got periodically worse. The initial
Yeah.
symptoms began with nausea, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. The next several hours, he was suffering from bouts of confusion, muscle weakness, seizures, and respiratory failure, which
Yes,
started
those
to.
are the spoiler alert, everyone. That's the symptoms of paraquat poisoning.
By day two, he developed scarring on his lungs.
That's bad. That's real crappy.
It is. And then his kidney and liver started to function abnormally.
Yeah, I remember
And
hearing that.
yeah, that is quite the shocker, but not the
That must
surprise.
be a shock to the dang system, especially not the societal, but your body as
Yeah.
well, to have whatever that was put into
Well,
your body.
yeah, by day three of his illness, the trucker was dead. This was the beginning of it all.
Yeah, that's right. I remember hearing that trucker was the first pigeon that got it, if you would, the sucker that got it. Because, do you mind if I continue?
Sure.
Um, in Japan, it's common to have nice things happen to you, like random acts of kindness, like paying it forward or whatever. It's very common. So sometimes someone will leave a drink out for you, and it might be in the middle of the damn public, and you would just drink it and not expect anything stupid to happen to you.
Who would expect anything stupid to happen to me through such random acts? Really?
Yes. It was only thought that was in North America this poopity loop happened
Oh man.
with the Tylenol murders, Stella Nickel, and those a-holes.
Yep. Yep. Exactly right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, anyways, I that's what I remember, and that you would give gifts to new neighbors or give gifts to new
To your
in-laws and
step
stuff.
parents. Yeah. Step parents.
Yep, everything like that. If it's at
Yeah.
first
Love.
something, you'd give them a gift.
Yeah. And interesting fact, the act of kindness extended to coworkers. Keyword
Yep,
coworkers.
yep,
So he noticed a spare bottle on top of the vending machine, obviously
yes,
indicating that that particular someone else left it there as a gift to pass the luck on to him. Now, what was that luck, you ask? For context, there was a promotion going around at that time where if you got the if you use the vending machine and buy a bottle of a random C, as it's called, that is a
yeah,
vitamin
random
loaded
NC.
energy drink commonly found in Japan. Hmm.
Yep,
There was a chance that two would fall down into the tray.
yes, I remember hearing about that.
Obviously, the guy did not win that promotion, but someone else thankfully passed down that luck to him.
Uh,
Actually, exclude the
yeah,
thankfully part because this is where things get dark.
yes,
The trucker revealed to doctors that on his way to work, he stopped by a vending machine. He bought the bottle of Oranamin C,
random
and
NC.
this was on his way to work. He drank his first bottle just before his shift, and then he drank a second bottle around lunch
Uh-oh.
hour, and that's where things
Things
took
got
an ugly
ugly.
turn. Yes, and for obvious reasons, he passed away within 3 days.
Yep,
Yep.
3 days. Yep, go on.
Even the smallest quantity of Paraquat can kill you.
Yes.
The
Also, okay. What were
the
you gonna say?
yes, the Paraquat affects the liver and kidneys. Yes, but the worst
Mm-hmm.
state of the Paraquat poisoning is something known as fibrosis. We're not talking cystic fibrosis. We're talking like fibrosis, taking up the majority of
Fibrosis.
your lungs.
Oh,
Think
the
about this.
scar tissue.
Yeah, that's what the scar tissue is all about.
Fibrosis. It's like blocking your
Yeah.
lungs and stuff.
Yes, that is exactly right. Adrian shows a photo of the
Yes.
diagram in the video where he talked about this. And
Yeah,
oh
they
boy,
were
bottom right,
disturbing.
bottom
They were
right,
just
it was
they
literally covered in fluid.
Scar tissue.
Scar tissue. It's literally covered in all that fibrosis. Can you
Ugh,
imagine that? Can you imagine having to survive something like that with all that crap in
that
your
would be
lung?
torture.
It would be torture, yes.
Yeah, and I thought thallium was pretty bad. It gives you
Right.
hallucinations. Spoiler alert.
Of course.
Thallium used to be a rat poison, but was banned because people were misusing it to murder people.
That is
We can
really
talk
sad.
about that on another time.
Yeah, of course.
So, anyways, what was happening other than the fibrosis?
Like I said, the first symptoms were confusion, muscle weakness, seizures, and respiratory failure.
Yeah,
And
and
yeah, 11 more casualties would occur, unfortunately, and 35 would be seriously ill.
with probably some complications to go with that.
Pretty similar to the one the trucker had before his
Yeah,
unfortunate demise.
yeah,
There have also been some copycat cases that have come out of this. One of which
yes,
that struck out to me was when a disgruntled employee poisoned his coworkers to get back at his former company. Thankfully,
yes,
his
I
attempts
remember
at
that.
that were unsuccessful, and by attempts at that, I mean him trying to kill his coworkers. But he did manage to succeed in something else. The company in question ended up being bankrupt.
Bankrupt? Oh, because of his
Bankrupt.
stupidity?
That's right.
Oh my god.
I don't know what the company did for him to
Piss
do
him
that.
off? I think it
Yeah,
might have been a you're fired.
probably. Or
Yeah,
there have been some lead ups to his firing. I
that
mentioned
probably
in,
pissed him off.
yeah, in a Ducky and the Alien video, I mentioned my own employment experience. You know,
Yep,
I talk about the lead ups to my own firing. I'm not going to disclose it
yes,
here for personal reasons, but
that's
it left
okay.
me pissed. It left me pissed,
Yeah,
but
I believe it
thankfully
would.
I did not resort to poisoning my former coworkers and causing the company I worked at to go bankrupt. Though I do wish the
Yeah,
company
that
went
would be
bankrupt.
lame.
Yeah, it would be lame indeed. Though I wouldn't mind the
Mhm.
company I worked at getting bankrupt because,
Karma might have its way with things.
exactly, or payback, as I like to call it.
Yep, some call it payback. I call it karma. Either way, don't get too angry because sooner or later their dues are done.
That's right. Revenge isn't always the best idea for that particular reason. It can cause so many consequences that you may or may not have intended. It's like one of those things
Yes.
you have to be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, be very careful for what you wish for.
Yes, because it's not the fact that it'll come true. No, it's because of the consequences of the wish coming true. Yet nobody mentions
Mhm.
this in TV, surprisingly, rather
Yeah, I wish
unsurprisingly.
they would say this in TV.
That would have made things more clearer, for real.
Yep, that would make things a lot easier
Yeah,
to
honestly, I've
say.
never heard of a random NC up until the Coffee House Crime video. But yeah, it is a vitamin infused energy drink. So who knew that
That's interesting.
vitamin infused energy drinks dated back to that particular point in time?
Interesting. So
Yeah.
we can owe that for the monsters that we have nowadays, even though they're not too vitaminly infused.
Right. This is very similar in vein to the Tylenol murders in that the
Yeah.
aftermath of it resulted in attempts to make the drinks tamper proof.
Yes.
Very funny
Again,
that it's very similar to Tylenol, only in this case, it's not a drug that's being tampered with, it was drinks.
just plain innocent drinks.
Exactly.
Again, why can't we have nice things these days?
It's because of what was Japanese for a hole again?
Konoyaro.
Right. F Konohoyos. Uh, I don't think I pronounced that right. I am very
That was
sorry
good
if
enough.
you're
That was good enough.
okay. Yeah, I just don't want to unintentionally offend any Japanese viewers that we may have that are watching this.
Yeah. It's a Yakuza slang for asshole sometimes. So, uh, the term Konoyaro is termed asshole by the Japanese mafia. They use a lot of rolling R's
Oh,
in their language, uh, meaning slangy language, and I'm not afraid of the Yakuza.
yes, you're too tough of a woman to be afraid of the Yakuza. Didn't you mention something about being a fan of the Yakuza? Real quick, can you tell us, the
I'm only a
viewers?
big fan of their code of honor. I'm not too fond of the Yakuza, the organization, but their code of honor is a very important thing where you show kindness and respect to
People?
people, like, and you're very honorable and you protect the people around you from happening.
Of course. Kind of like a gang.
That's and family is important. Family is important. That's when my mother, uh I'll mention that in another video, with my got catfish, I was so hopping mad with her.
I wouldn't blame you,
Yep.
especially considering
It
how
the
that guy
idea
was. For real.
Yeah. Anyways, the idea of being a not a Yakuza mobster, but a Yakuza is basically quintessential. The idea of being human. You be a good person, you protect those, even if they're not in your group, from
Right.
forces of evil and wickedness. You're supposed to be
Okay.
honorable, you're supposed to be kind and compassionate and stuff like that. You're not supposed to be a konoyaro.
Nope. Uh-uh. Be a decent human being.
Just be a
So
decent
yeah.
human being. That's about it. Only with the Yakuza, you have tattoos. That's the
Yeah.
only difference. But it's the same meaning about what it means to be human, which is the idea of being a good damn person, no matter how you look.
That's right. That's right. Gain of reputation, honestly.
Yeah, they didn't get a
Do
good rap because of the tattoos that they had. Uh, that's why I like in Western cultures, the criminals here have facial tattoos. That's
do
why no one says to me, "Don't get your face tattooed,"
you don't want your face tattooed, ladies and gentlemen.
because of those freaking criminals.
Yes. And we gotta remember something important here, not all those with facial tattoos are hardened criminals. We
I
do
know
get the
that.
bad apples. It's just the
The
bad
bad
apples.
apples
Bad
ruin it
apples,
for everyone else.
yes, they do. They ruin it for everybody. Uh, there was one thing I wanted to mention. How
Yes?
the Paraquat was discovered was via the trucker's vomit.
Oh, yes, I remember that. Is puke.
Yes, his puke. Rather, it's a sample of the vomit.
Yep.
To this day,
They must.
the case remains unsolved.
Yes, it does. I have a funny feeling it would be not the Yakuza people, but the Yakuza Mafia that have caused this little show.
Uh-huh.
That's my theory. Not the Japanese Yakuza, but the Japanese underworld, which unfortunately includes the Yakuza.
You want to know what my theory is?
What do you think it was?
It's kind of like one of the copy cases I described earlier. It could have been a potential disgruntled employee situation. Only in this case, a lot of random strangers were killed or got
Yes,
seriously
that's
ill.
unfortunate.
Yes.
Where was the police? They should have been watching the damn convenies.
Who knows, really? Probably doing some things that they weren't supposed to do. Or rather, remember from earlier how the Japanese are considered to be extremely trustworthy?
Yeah,
As Adrian has mentioned, Japan is known to be so trustworthy, which, in my
yep.
opinion, is surprising in most aspects, as there have been some cases where the Japanese are not trusting of those from other countries, as
The
well as of
gaijin.
their own people. And believe it or not, Asian family dynamics are very, very complex. And Asian parents don't always
Yes.
treat their children good. So that's
Hmm.
why I found the Japanese being trustworthy to be surprising. Yeah,
Yes.
Japanese people are very generous. Again, very surprising fact. And like how you mentioned that it's standard practice to gift your neighbors when you move in, step parents at your first meeting, and thank your teachers and coworkers and so on. Yeah. Oh, that was one thing I should have kept in my notes. It's that part where he mentioned something about, going into stores to buy something and leaving the money in. Basically, he mentioned that the stores were unmanned. And it was on that
Yes.
basis that he described that very
They
basis
were
of
that
the
trustworthy.
Japanese. Yeah, they were naturally trustworthy. And with that, we are going to end this video. If you liked what we discussed in this video, please be sure to hit the like button, comment down below because commenting really helps the algorithm, and share the video to your friends. And if you want to be notified, hit the bell button, smash it, and
Smash that mother.
yes, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Yep. See you next Wednesday.
Until then, tune in to our main channel, Ducky and the Alien, for new videos on Saturday and Monday. So stay tuned for that.
Okay.
Alrighty, folks. You take care. Please stay safe out there and do not leave your drinks unattended, especially if it's in the form
Yes.
of a vending machine.
Okay. See you then.
See you, everybody.
Bye. Sayonara.
Arigato.
Arigato gozaimasu.